Information is power, and information is all around us. Everybody we know, family, friends, co-workers, their lives, their experiences, their mistakes, it's all information. And that's just in our own life. We also have the computer and television and music and movies. So the question isn't how do we get information? The question is how do we most effectively take in that information? And the answer is the thought process. How we process our thoughts determines how much information gets in and what we do with it when it gets there. I've broken down my own thought process to 10 parts. First, we gotta be humble. Humble means we know we don't know everything. It means our eyes are always open. Our mind is open. Second, we need to embrace our ignorance. This goes hand in hand with humility. Accept that someone who may not be as intelligent as you knows things you don't know. Third, listen to everybody. Listening to everybody and considering what they say makes us a funnel of new information instead of a brick wall that keeps information out. Fourth, we want to get in touch with our subconscious mind. Whether that means self-hypnosis or trusting our instincts or listening more to that little voice in our head. Our subconscious is where our true power lies. It's our spidey sense. And when it tingles, we want to be able to figure out why. Fifth, passion is a plus. Passion keeps us vital, engaged, and motivated to learn. Sixth, curiosity. A curiosity about others and the world we live in. Curiosity keeps us young. Seventh, reality. Recently, I decided to start seeing things as they really are. Not as I imagine them to be or wish that they were, but as it really is. Because if we're not seeing things as they really are, then the information we're getting, if it's even real, is not going to help us. Eighth, if somebody tells us something, we should do a quick check for any alternative meaning. We want a little alarm bell to go off in our brain whenever we hear something that sounds a little off, or out of place, or unusual. That's our subconscious trying to talk to us. We want to ask ourselves, why did he or she say this when I would have expected them to say that? That's how we start to read between the lines. Ninth, the truth. We have to determine if what we're hearing is the truth. Usually there's only two possibilities. Either what is being said is true or accurate, or what is being said is not true or accurate. The trick is to take a moment and run both scenarios in our mind. If they're telling the truth, then this is what happened. If they're not telling the truth, then that's what happened. Put both scenarios side by side and ask yourself, which one makes the most sense? More often than not, the answer will be obvious if we take the time to consider both possibilities. In nearly all cases of honesty or conflict or theft, or even whether something happened or not, no matter how complicated, no matter how many different levels, there's going to be two possibilities every step of the way. If this is true, then that must be the case. And if that's the case, then this must have happened. And if this happened, then that's the answer. Two possibilities and 1 + 1 = 2. That's how we figure shit out. And finally, we use logic and pragmatism to arrive at an honest conclusion, without bias, without prejudice, without denial, and without agenda. Just call it as we see it.